And it's actually been a very nice evening out there in Virginia. Now, and it's actually turned into a pretty nice evening for much of the Outer Banks, but it took a while. We were talking about big storms. Right now, great views on Skyview, and you can see not a whole lot on radar. A little bit left down here near Roanoke Rapids. That's the last little vestiges of some storms that, again, formed early. You can see the other ones that have been out there, and I'll take you back even longer into the past now. Formed right here over actually they formed initially over southern Chesapeake, southern Virginia Beach, and then drifted down into North Carolina. Here's how much rain was estimated to have fallen according to radar. You can see right up here, right near the border, 2.7 inches. 1.9 right over about Bell's Island, 2.6 out over the water, luckily, a little lower in terms of the amounts back on land. For example, Elizabeth City, 1.8. That's why we had flood advisories, never any flood warnings. Right now, 75 degrees is the current temperature, winds out of the east-northeast at 3. So how did that 1.8 match up to reality? Well, Elizabeth City, officially 1.77. So another example where the radar did an amazing job of predicting exactly what we were going to see when we got the rain gauges out and used them. So 68 tonight. Isolated shower storm early, again, this time way down into North Carolina. In general, that front is sagging. Conditions are very comfortable. They'll remain really nice out there tomorrow. We're going to talk about a reading upper 70s, actually probably near 80 tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, decent humidity levels. It's a beautiful, beautiful forecast for Thursday. And even I think Friday is going to come up in temperature a little bit, but stay sunny. Humidity will come up a little bit. A lot of you are really going to like that day as well. But by Saturday, we're looking at a possible advance of some moisture in from the south and the west. Satellite and radar showing the stuff that was sagging to the south, again, affecting areas down around Hatteras. This is an interesting area. About a 70% chance within the next 5 days it will become Alberto and drift to the north as a tropical storm. The question of where it goes once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, no way to tell at this point. Some take it over toward Louisiana, some take it toward Tampa as a fairly weak system, but still a rainmaker for down there. So tonight, 68 for us. For most of us, just partly cloudy. Still a storm or two, southern Outer Banks. Tomorrow, 80. Pleasantly warm, lots of sunshine. Tomorrow night, 62, mainly clear and comfortable, but 50s once you get inland or rural. Friday, 83, mostly sunny and a little bit warmer. And then Saturday, I think a few areas, especially off to the west, are going to, or in the afternoon, are going to see about maybe a quarter of us see a shower or a storm. Sunday, about the same chances, 25%. And then Monday really depends on what happens with that system to the south. Right now, we think no matter where it goes, there's a pretty good chance of enough tropical moisture to bring us a 60% chance of showers or storms.
Feels like Hampton Roads.
Yeah, it does in the summer.